So we have a very, very big game coming up on Wednesday. We've got the visit of Borussia Dortmund coming into town. Tim, as we were discussing off air, Marco Reus not available for them, which is definitely a bonus. But then again, we obviously have a couple of players out ourselves as well. They drew 3-3 at the weekend. They were 3-0 up against Hoffenheim, and they ended up losing. They ended up drawing 3-3. So there's obviously going to be defensive gaps. We know that from playing them in the past, that defensively they are suspect. They've not changed that this season, but they are just basically steamrolling teams because they are very, very good going forward. But Marco Reus is a big part of that. Jadon Sancho seems to just be having the season of his life. He's going to be a real, real threat. But saying that, I am quite looking forward to seeing him play live. So, what can you say? So we're thinking that obviously Toby being rested means that he's going to come back. He's probably going to go with the 3, do we think? What formation do you think he's going to go for? We'll start with you, Leigh.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for. I think he'll go for Toby, Jan, and Sanchez. So I think he'll go for three central, and we'll try and pick him off with some decent wing play. I think. If we can keep the game close, the return leg, in theory, should see the return of Harry and possibly Dele. So I think just go out and don't be defensive. I don't think we do defensive particularly well. In a game, I think we manage, but I don't think that's the style that we should need to set out to play. So I think we go 3 centre backs and. I think you won't see Skip involved, so maybe Winks sits in there and maybe Mora comes in for just that bit of extra attacking option.
He seems to like to sit back in these games, doesn't he? It happened before against Madrid and against Dortmund, where they do have a high press and they are very, very vulnerable at the back, but they do push up. And it was the same with Chelsea this season in the Cup semi-final. He was at the home leg. He seems willing to just basically just relax and just invite them on. I don't know if that's a confidence or is whether he prefers us to play on the break. I don't know what it is, but I suppose maybe if Llorente plays and it's difficult to have that sort of pace injection, so maybe he may go with Mora. I think Winks and Sissoko will start in the middle. Trippier again for me yesterday. I mean, I know he was spoken about, positionally on the group and in social media, and he's not the answer. We all know that, but he's probably going to play, isn't he? I think we can just say he's probably going to play. So then we just really, really need him to push up and have a good game. So who would start up front for you, Tim?
Well, I mean, I think you almost have to go with Llorente and Son. I don't know if he's going to put Llorente in back-to-back games that quickly, in such a short burst. I mean, I could see him going with Son and Mora up front and going that way. But if you're going to play those two guys, then I don't know if you need Trippier on the wing, because to me, if Trippier is out there and he's sending crosses into Llorente, well, if Llorente's not there, then you could put somebody else on that right, that right wing spot. So, I mean, I personally, I think we should go with Son and Mora and let those guys use their pace, let them use their creativity, and ask the defense some questions that Llorente probably won't be able to ask them.
Yeah, I think pace is the way forward in these kind of games. Yeah. And, at the end of the day, we've got Llorente on the bench if we need to go to plan B, if we do need a late goal. But I think it's just, like Leigh said, just trying to keep it tight. At the end of the day, we've said it all season, it's just all about just ironing out those mistakes. Fair enough. We can all concede a worldie, and if that happens, it's going to be annoying. But, we can hold our hands up. But, like the Barcelona match when we were literally down within 3 minutes, and it's just like, you just can't afford to do that. And it was the same in a couple of other games as well, where you just basically, it's just, you start off on a level playing field, and then automatically within like 5 minutes, it's already skew-whipped, and it's just so frustrating. And whatever game plan that you had just goes out the window, and then it changes, and it's just like, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a big crowd. I'm looking forward to really getting behind the team. And obviously, I quite like the fact that Dortmund are playing well and they're attacking. It means they're going to come at us. It means there's going to be space for for Son to exploit, and more if he plays like we've been saying. So, I think it's going to be a really good game. And I don't really know I think we were saying at the weekend, like 2-0 would be amazing. I just can't see that. I think they will definitely score. So, obviously, when it comes to predictions, I have 2-1 to Rhett. So I'm obviously going to say 2-1. But I think that's not a bad result, but I'd prefer 1-0, obviously, in terms of the away goal. But right. I think going there with a lead would be great. Would be great, even if it was a lead with an away goal conceded. I'd be very, very happy with that. So Tim, firstly, what would you want? What would you be happy with? And secondly, what do you think? What's your head and your heart telling you?
I mean, obviously, I would be happy with just any win. I would love it if it was, let's say, 3-1, because then that takes away the away goal. But are we going to be able to hold Dortmund? I mean, that's like you said. I mean, they have been steamrolling teams and they've been scoring goals. But without Royce, how much is that going to hurt their engine? It kind of remains to be seen. What I would really love to see in this match is for Spurs to score in the first, say, 15 or 20 minutes and get off on the front foot, which is something that has been so rare in the last month, instead of having to either come from behind or just kind of plod along for the first half, but to actually get that first goal and then make them come to us. And then, like you said, Son can exploit the gaps in the defense, and then we can really kind of go after them on the counters.
The thing that worries me the most is when he tries to manage games, like against Inter and, yesterday, when he goes defensive, when he makes defensive substitutions. Obviously, yesterday proved that he was right, but not really. But it just was like, oh my, I can't take that. I seriously can't take that. If we're like 2-1 up tomorrow with like 20 minutes to go and he starts bringing off Son for Wanyama, I'm leaving. I can't, man. I swear to God. It's
Head
just
to the pub.
No, because it's just basically saying, come on then, we're just going to sit back and we're going to, obviously we can score on the break. So if that's a ploy, obviously it worked, but I mean, there's a health risk involved there, and we should all be tested before I think we go to the game on Wednesday, just to make sure that our hearts are in good enough condition, because that worries me. It really, really does. And Wanyama looked out of sorts. Like he really didn't look like he really knew what was going on. So, all right then, Leigh, what are your predictions for what did you go for Leicester? Did you go for 3-1?
I think I said 3-1.
Yeah. Okay. All right then. Well done. Okay.
So, it's the heart versus head one here, isn't it?
Oh,
so, no, I'd love a 2-0. I somewhat feel we might kind of go there with a 1-1 though, with a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a close game. I think there'll be lots of chances. I just don't know, I'm saying 1-1, but end up being bloody 3-3 or something. But I think there'll be plenty of chances. So it's going to be who's most clinical. But I fancy Son to have a good game. He just shines in Europe.
Yeah.
It appears to be his stage. And if defensively we don't make the silly mistakes, as we allude to, and as Tim points out, if we can get off to a good start this time, first 15, first 20 minutes, then yeah, you probably go there, take 2-1, go in there. But yeah, it's going to be a close one. But if you're asking me for one result, 1-1.
1-1.
1-1. But let's just stay in the tie going over there. And, hopefully squad-wise and player-wise and fitness-wise, we'll be in a slightly better place, going out there and have let's have a 90-minute shootout with them.
So what was your prediction then, Tim?
I'm gonna say 2-1. Okay. 2-1 for us.
Okay, good. Happy with that.
I can't see us holding them scoreless. No. They're that good offensively.
Yeah.
I hope we can, but I just don't see it.
It's good to see that the 2-1 Tourette's is contagious.
International.